Today we have Alyssa Fields with Gemline. Gemline being one of our just like prized possessions in regards to the vendor space. They align with us on so many different levels. And I'm going to go ahead and post their link to their site here on the in the chat box. So feel free to take a look around in there, get to know their website, kind of cruise around a little bit while Alyssa does some of does her presentation today. But if you were with us last year, you'll probably notice Gemline. This is our second time having Alyssa on, and whenever we double up on vendors, is usually a reason for that. And again, it's because we love Gemline with passion. Tons of great brand names and just their eye for quality across the board. I mean, they align so well with us. And so without further ado, Alyssa with Gemline, I'll just kind of let you take it from here, and then Landon and I will jump in. And then anybody that's on the call today, feel free to jump in with any questions as well, and we will be sure to get those answered for you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And thank you, Brett and Landon, for letting me be part of this today. I know last time it was a really good success. And a little bit about me, just before I go ahead and share my screen. I've been with Gemline for about 4 years. I live in Columbus, Ohio. Big Buckeye fans. Yeah, absolutely. And I live there with my husband. So just the basic things, big foodies, like to go out and eat.
Your husband, who's also in the industry.
Yes, he is.
They're all in.
They joke, they say once you get in the industry you never get out, and I think that's a true statement there.
Just ask Brett.
Yeah, it's a very fun industry to be a part of, that's for sure.
Yes, absolutely. It's never boring, and just day-to-day things like this, getting to spend time with you guys and getting to meet some of your customers and clients is always fun to get to show some of our new items. So without further ado, I will go ahead and share my screen so we can get started here. Alrighty, there we go. Hopefully it's up there for you. So as I shared, and Brett was kind of given a little bit of background on with Gemline, we are kind of a very unique supplier, as we do design and cut part of our own product line. So about 50% of what you'll see, we have a great in-house design team that they get to travel all over the world. They're kind of getting back to that these days, and they get to see what trends are happening, whether that's in the retail world or just kind of what's emerging. And they take those trends and they get to pick themes that help inspire the products that we bring into our line. So a few of the trends that you see that help pick the products that I'll be showing you today are engage. And that's basically a little bit of what we're doing a lot more of, being virtual. So as we're doing this virtually, products that maybe help if you have employees that are hybrid, that are, going back and forth to and from work, maybe a couple different times a week, products that help that, or if you are remote, items that help make your workspace more functional, more enjoyable. That middle one there, that escape trend, that's basically the exact opposite, because we are connected so much in front of that screen. People are just wanting to get outdoors, spending some time with Mother Nature, or coming up with some hobbies. So you'll see some products within the golf category or gardening and a few other fun hobbies. And then the last one there is an improved trend. And that's basically just, maybe corporate social responsibility. If you have any of those initiatives going, eco-friendly products, maybe they're made out of recycled materials. So some items that help make the world a little bit better of a place. And now I know I shared that we do about 50% of our own design and cut and sew items. And then the other 50% you're going to see today are from retail brands. Some you might be familiar with, some might be new, that might intrigue you, but brands like Igloo coolers, Samsonite backpacks, Moleskine notebooks, and just a whole host of other retail brands as well too, we do carry. So without delaying, I will get into a little bit of the product. So as I shared, we do have some fun hobby items. This collection here is for golf, and I know we're getting up into the fall season where, maybe golf outings or company outings are going to be up and starting to plan for those. So you'll see here 3 different items: a golf shoe bag, a duffel, and then my personal favorite is the cooler down towards the bottom, kind of holding it up there if you happen to want to look at it. This one's my favorite because it's a sling style, so it's a little bit more discreet. If you're trying to sneak on some beverages onto the golf course, you might not get called out as quickly because this does look just like a sling bag, but it is an insulated cooler, has spots at the top for even the little golf tees and little sleeves that are expandable on the sides for golf balls. So this one's a really fun piece. Again, great on its own, or we could always kit some other fun additions inside of it. The top one there, that is a cocktail kit, and those are popular for golfing. This is a nice little gin and tonic with a twist, or we do have a bunch of other flavors like Moscow Mule.
Yeah,
Well, I know that there are
cocktail
some
kits.
cocktail kits that have a bourbon theme to them, right?
Yep.
Old fashioned, I think there's an old fashioned.
Fashions.
Yeah.
So you name the drink, I think we have it, but those are always fun, and it comes with everything you need to make the craft cocktail minus the alcohol. So then the recipient can add their own, or they can make a mocktail if they would like. Those are great for golf outings, or if you want to do a virtual happy hour, in the office happy hour, all different types of fun themes with that. And then the bottom one there, Slow Tide, which is another retail partner that we have. They have a golf towel collection, and a little background on Slow Tide, West Coast brand, but they are known for being very eco-friendly. They're made out of 100% recycled material, very sustainable. They care about the environment. So not only a great product, but also a whole lot of benefits as far as eco-friendly and helping the planet. Up next, the next kind of hobby or theme is health and wellness with yoga. If you do any type of company programs or anything like that, you might be focusing a little bit more on your employees, health and wellness, help prevent burnout, things like that. So yoga is a nice addition, some different items that can help with that. A yoga block, which will help if you are doing yoga. I believe it helps with reaching, stretching, all different types of things like that. And then also a yoga mat with a bag as well too. So again, nice additions, maybe something different that you didn't know, that you could decorate on, or that was in the industry, but nice different collection there.
Hey, Alyssa, just a really quick, is Chopra the brand of those items?
No, so that is just
So that's an example input.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that's just the decoration we wanted to put on those, but yep, we can put any, it normally would come blank, and then any of your logos can go on there.
So are these an in-house brand, or this is not necessarily a branded product? This is like stuff that you guys are creating in-house?
Correct. Yep. This is one of our cut and sew design products there. So no retail brand with these items. The same with the golf. That is the Gemline design item as well.
Got it.
Mat on its own there, and then the Slow Tide, they do also have a yoga towel as well too. I know on the screen it might not show up, but it's a very pretty marble pattern, so that's also a nice addition too. Again, great on their own, or they can always be kitted together as well. The next theme, which
really
is
quick on that stuff, I was just going to say, I have noticed that I'm getting more requests for things like, and I don't see a foam roller here, but that's one thing I hear about. But then those blocks, the yoga mats, there's definitely more requests for those kind of things I see coming through.
Yeah, health and wellness. I think just during the craziness of the pandemic, everybody was overstressed, and whether it's kids, family, work, whatever it may be, but definitely health and wellness. We have seen an uptick in requests for different products, and like you said, you're getting those foam roller requests and things like that. People are just wanting to take some time and relax and kind of chill out a little bit more, I think. And a category that kind of plays into that, games. So whether you're playing, around the campfire, kids, family time, long road trips as we're finishing up summertime, game nights or board games in general are always a nice addition, family fun nights, things like that. So we have a few fun products here. The top one there is a chess and checker set. So the pieces actually are dual purpose. One side is for chess, one side is for checkers. And then the game board there is actually, it just zips up. So nice to pack in the car, or, if you are going camping for the weekend, you can throw that in the bag and have a nice little board game night. Same thing with the bicycle playing cards, another retail brand you might be familiar with. And what we do is, since we can't decorate on the card itself, we slide those into a nice little travel pouch where your logo would go on those. So another fun, just something different that you maybe haven't thought of doing before, but game nights never go out of style. One other kind of category, speaking of camping or being outdoors, fall will be here very soon. Colder weather will be here, which I'm not a big cold weather person, but if I am outdoors, I do like a nice little fire. So these two pieces are from Cuisinart. Again, another nice retail brand you may have seen in some of the bigger box stores. And these are great for outdoors, tailgating, all that good stuff there. The tabletop fire pit bowl, that is a nice addition because you can put the citronella in it, so it will help keep mosquitoes away. And then the tabletop patio heaters, a nice larger addition if you do any type of events, maybe for your business, you know, and it's an outdoor event, that's always a nice option. You can have branded with your logo on for any outdoor type events. Slow Tide, I know I showed a few of these pieces a little bit earlier. Slow Tide, as I shared, West Coast based brand. They're very known for some of their artsy designs in retail in our sector, just because we like more traditional colors. They're a little bit more straightforward with the navies and the blacks and the grays, but they are very thoughtful with their recycled material, how they give back. They do donate to a whole host of different organizations, whether it's oceans, you know, cleaning up the oceans, or local community projects as well too. And I believe Landon and Brett are doing a little kit with the pocket beach towel as well too, that they'll be sending out. But just a nice addition there. Everything from the throw blankets up top there come in a couple different colors. I always keep one behind me in case I get cold. I get cold even in the summertime, but very soft. I know a lot of times when people hear the word recycle, they're not thinking soft or, you know, comfy. These definitely fit with that. They're very soft, very comfortable. And then the pocket beach towels as well too. We do have a few months of summer left, so a nice addition for the beach there. And then the park blanket down at the bottom, that's a nice one because the backing on it doesn't allow the moisture to kind of go through the blanket. So sometimes when, you know, you're having a picnic or maybe you're going to a concert and you throw down a blanket, it kind of gets that feeling after a while. This one will not, as it has that nice backing on the bottom of it.
Yep, just really quick. So the folks on this call that had signed up, we do have the kits, including this pocket beach towel that she's pointed out here, along with a couple of other items for our sort of third quarter partner series gift pack. So those will be going out today. So those close to us probably have it tomorrow. Some others might have it Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday next week. Pretty sweet kit, really.
Yeah, I got to see him. I'm like, that's a nice, I'm like, I want one of those. So you got a nice, a few other little additions in there, but we do have a good another month or two of summer. So definitely be able to get some use out of that. Switching gears from towels and kind of outdoor items to drinkware. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of a brand. It's called Mir, another West Coast based brand, but Mir is a great partner of ours, and they do a lot of good. So not only are they a great quality piece of drinkware, they're going to keep your beverage nice and hot for forever or nice and cold for a great long time. They're very well insulated, but they have a really unique story behind them. Just get a piece out here to show you. So what they like to do is they like to give back to very specific organizations and very specific projects. And how they do that is on the bottom of every piece of Mir drinkware, they have what they call a giving code. So if you can see that there, if you would receive one of these bottles, you go to their website and you can actually put in that code and you get to track and follow along to where they donate money to. So you kind of get to see, you know, oh, they're building a water well overseas, and you get to track, you know, how far along they are in the project. And then once it's complete, you get to see, you know, interviews with community members or how it impacted someone's life. So it's a really nice story. And as I shared, not only a great drinkware piece, but also it also makes you feel good as well. So that's kind of their day-to-day line, all different types of styles and shapes, from more mug style to tumbler to their wide mouth style. And this is a new initiative Not only do they like to give back, but they also like to make the planet a better place. So this collection that I'll show you here in just a second also helps offset additional carbon into the atmosphere. They do not use any new plastics, less material, which sometimes people would think means less, keeping things cold. That's not going to happen. It's very still that same insulation, still going to keep everything nice and cold or warm, but just less material. So, less pollution in the world, but all around a nice initiative. And if you do have sustainable initiatives or like that clause, this brand is a great alternative. And if you haven't thought of doing anything with eco-friendly, it's definitely a nice topic. And again, great products. You'll see here that pretty brushed satin finish or an all black colorway as well too. But it's a pretty.
Did you say that that's a new color? I think Brett asked about that yesterday. Is that a newer color or not?
Yeah, yep. The satin. Since this is a new line for them, that brushed satin colorway is new for them in this line, but it's very pretty and even better in person than on screen.
Yeah, and if you take a look at the link, I just uploaded a link to all the mirror options at Gemline. But the mirror brand just has tons of really fresh and fun colors that are all subtle and can, I don't know, just highlight the brand really well. Just love it.
Absolutely. Yep. So not just for these, we do have like a lighter gray. There's also a lighter blue color. If you go on the website, you'll be able to see as well too. So nice offering with that. Then coolers. I know we're still in the, dog days of summer, so nice hot, out on the boat, out on the beach for the summer. This is the Sea Drift collection. Just a nice look and feel. It is from Igloo. And I always say if you like, some of those higher end brands, and then you get a little sticker shock, Igloo is a great alternative. They've been around for many years, a well-known brand, but they have kind of upped their game recently. So they're getting a little bit more trendy, a little bit more modern. I still have the classic Playmate, that plastic hard side cooler that they do in my head, but really Igloo has a great sense of style. And as I shared, they've really gone through a rebranding process with a much more modern look and feel at a really great budget-friendly price point. Great quality as well too.
To your point, it was just last week I had somebody that came to me and were like, hey, I really want to do like a nice soft side Yeti cooler. Can you guys do this? Like, absolutely, we can do that. And then they looked at the price and they're like, oh my God. And then they were like, okay, we're coming back into like something like, I don't know, like an Arctic brand cooler. And then they would look at the price of that and they're like, oh my God. And I was like, okay, well, hold on. Take a look at these Igloo brands. You may think of the name Igloo and be like kind of underwhelmed because they've been around for so long, but these guys are really like kind of repositioning themselves in like a very attractive retail style sense. And I sent them these cooler options and they were like, oh, wow, these are great. And so they're discussing that internally, and it much more meets their price point for internal giveaways and things like that. So to your point, just a great price point item that still feels like a quality piece to receive.
Absolutely. This is just one of the collections I'm going to highlight, but honestly, we have all different types of price ranges, all different types of styles and look and feel. The Sea Drift collection has just been very popular within the last year. And we do have a new piece that we have added this year. It's that 12 can cooler. So this is just a nice personal, hey, we're going to go to the beach for the day or, out to the park for the day. It's just a nice style. Does have the nice little snap down on the side there as well too. 3 different colors. You get the nice pretty navy color, the lighter gray, or the dark gray and black version, but more personal size. And then if you want to go to the right there, that's a little bit larger. Maybe you're entertaining for the day, so a little bit larger style on the snap down. And then 3 other styles. The backpack cooler has been extremely popular, probably the best seller out of this collection. I know for me personally, I would rather, put a backpack cooler on to help carry, if a cooler is a little bit heavier. So backpack coolers have been great. If you do go out camping, hiking, all that good stuff, a nice option to be able to throw that backpack cooler on. Coast cooler in the center there, that's kind of your like large party cooler style for boats. I think that's a nice addition. And then the hard line does have a nice hard liner on the inside. I know some people like that if they're going to throw in a lot of ice, having a nice and hard line on the inside.
I have never experienced cooler envy until I was at the beach with my family. I don't know, probably several months ago, and you know, I'm lugging everything down like to the beach and got like the carts, got the kids, and it's just like a whole scene. And there's like this heavy cooler that you're like carrying. And I look across the way and there's a guy that's like got his backpack on his cooler on his back. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's genius. And so ever since then, I've got to get myself one of these backpack coolers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's one thing you're like, by the end, I mean, you know, especially for me, you know, I can't lift a ton, but you know, if I'm carrying it over the shoulder, it's great for short walks, but when you're on those long walks, absolutely backpack.
Yeah, so the Yeti stuff came out, all that stuff on the big, like keep it cold forever. That's cool. I get it, not for me. But the moment I can throw one of these things on my back and make my life more efficient with kids, I'm all in. Let me in.
Absolutely. Right. The next collection, my personal favorite, I'm a little, I really like this one. So I do have a couple examples of it. Again, it's one of the newer brands we've added. It's called Out of the Woods. And Out of the Woods, they started in the big box stores, Trader Joe's, Costco's, as kind of an insulated shopper. What makes them a little bit different and unique is they are actually made out of a paper material, which you may look at this and be like, okay, I kind of see it. This is one I do suggest working with Brett and Landon to possibly get a sample if anything, you know, looks nice on this one, because you just have to touch and feel this collection. On the screen, it looks nice, but it has such a unique feel being made out of paper. It almost has a leather type of feel. And even better, you can throw this collection in the washer. So it is a washable paper type of material, which makes it very unique. And again, kind of plays right into that nice, sustainable, eco-friendly type of collection. But everything from totes, we do have some coolers that we've added a few years ago as well. But these are showing some totes, which are nice, a nice little addition too. And then we have more of the box style totes, which those are great if you're going to the grocery store or even kind of like an on-the-go filing cabinet, I like to say, because you can really fit a lot in those. And then my personal favorite, the mini backpack. That is just such a nice kind of modern piece there. And again, it has that unique touch and feel to it. So on the screen, they look great, but in person, it really does its justice. So a nice, just different item. But with a great story behind them. And again, another retail brand, started out like Trader Joe's, Costco's, and then it's made its way into the promo world with us.
Yeah, and I feel like tote bags are kind of making a resurgence. Like, you know, there for a while, it was just like run of the mill stuff you would get at like a trade show, this, that, and the other. And you're like, okay, I can get to carry my stuff home in it. That's great. And then you kind of discard it after a while. But like with the introduction of like Aldi and some of these other stores in which you're packing up your own like groceries and like you've got all these other ordeals, like the ability to have a nicer quality tote bag just to kind of keep on hand for a while has been huge for my family. I don't know if that's the case for a lot of other families, but we are a tote bag family. And the ones that just have like the handles that rip off over time and all that kind of stuff, you're like, man, I got to buy another one. But like, if I were to receive one of these out of the box with just like a really cool feel and just like walk around in town with it, I think it would be a really, really cool thing to have.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's one that you like to show off, and especially one that, you know, if you do go to the grocery store, you're not going to want to leave that behind. It's funny, since I'm prone to look at bags all different places. I look and I see, you know, and I'll see at the grocery store somebody's left like a shopper tote, like you're saying, that's just didn't make it. And so these are a nice addition to be able to carry around and be not embarrassed, like, oh gosh, I got to get something different.
I like that it's, you know, again, I think folks, especially on this call and those that'll listen or watch, I should say, a lot, you know, with the recorded version, it can be challenging if you're giving stuff away consistently and giving a lot of things away to come up with unique ideas. And so what I like about things like this is it takes something that's still practical and useful, but a little bit different spin on it, so that, you know, you're essentially giving away probably an item you've given away before. And you know, some of these things are definitely a little bit higher price point than like your sort of run of the mill tote bag, but it's a different spin on it. And so it's, you know, you're still able to give something away that's practical and useful that you may have given away before, but it's unique because of the material it's made from, opposed to the story behind the brand. So, and
the fact that it's washable. I can't tell you how many times I'm walking into town with like carrying a satchel full of groceries and I got like coffee in this hand, and then like I'll try to slam the car door and like coffee spills all over my bag, and then I'm like, oh, this is awkward. And then like I throw it and then I dry it and then throw it in the wash machine, I dry it, and then it comes out like really small. And like I've just shrank my tote bag down from like 15 inches to like 8. And it's a whole scene.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, it's so nice that you can throw these in the washer. So all around, just kind of checks all the boxes with this brand. And then I have to push this brand as well too, because believe it or not, holiday will be here before we know it. So start thinking about your holiday ideas now. That's my plug everywhere I go, because before you know it, it will be time and you'll be like, oh my gosh, where did the year go? This next brand I'm going to show you is a great option if you have to buy executive gifts or for gifts for people that have everything and you're like, I don't know what to do, or even year round. These make amazing pieces. This is a tech company called Courant. They are a New York based company, but what they do is tech chargers. So they're just a charger company. They do it well. So they just stick with one product line. But basically what they do is source materials from all over the world. So this collection you see here is made out of Italian leather. We also have another collection made out of Belgian linen, but as I shared, they are tech chargers. They do it very well. And if you can see here, that catch tray, they give an example. So you can charge your phone or your headphones or whatever you may need to charge. And then you have a nice little catch tray there on the side for all your other belongings. But they just do it well. Again, if you have somebody that's picky, that has everything, this is a great collection for them, a great item that they're going to want to put on their desk. They're going to want to take home. They're going to want to use. And again, too, it's just made out of great quality material from all over the world. Tons of different colors, as you can see below there. But again, just a nice option. And as you're like, okay, I got to get this nice executive type of gift for these people, keep this in mind, because nobody is going to want to turn this down. And even the packaging, I always say it's kind of like that nice, very luxury packaging. Almost feels like, some of the phones that you get when you unbox them. It's a very nice experience. The packaging's the same on this as well.
So I'll admit I had not heard of this brand until yesterday. But one of the things I really like about working with a place like Gemline is that they're out there sort of ahead of us even in trying to pick up on these kinds of brands, which I know that it happened with a brand called Timbuktu a while back where, I had never heard of it and a client had come to us with it. And then once they found out we had it, they were pretty excited because they were using it on the retail side. So it'd be interesting to see if folks on this call or that watch afterwards are going to be familiar with this brand, because I was not, but it's good to know that we have it available.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's kind of a newer brand, so they're definitely up and coming. And it's funny, I don't do much on social media, but on my Instagram, they pop up in my Instagram feed quite a bit. So they're very, very on trend when it comes to that type of thing as well. And then the very last category I'm going to show you is our food category called Gourmet Expressions. And I know, especially in our promo world, sometimes people think of food just exclusively for the holiday time, those towers that are filled with goodies that you might give out. But I do want to change your opinion on that. We do have this collection. It does about 20% of all we do at our company. So it's a very popular collection. And what we do is we pair gourmet food companies inside our Gemline products. So you'll have a goodie, bunch of goodies inside a cooler or inside another type of item. And we also do theme collections. Again, another one of my personal favorite items we carry at Gemline. It is the W&P, which is a retail brand popcorn popper, along with some urban accents, corn kernels, and seasonings. And basically the popcorn popper will come down all squished down like this, so good for storage. When you're ready to pop some popcorn, you're going to just turn this into a little bowl. You scoop your corn kernels right in there. It does come with directions on how much to use. You're going to put the lid right back on it. A couple minutes in the microwave. And then you'll have nice air pop popcorn. So it's definitely a different gift. Again, something when you're like, I need something different. We've done it all before. I always suggest this because most people like popcorn, or at least somebody in their family does as well. It's one of my personal favorites, but again, something different.
Just a quick question on this, Alyssa. So this to me feels very much like something that would make a lot of sense to drop out to employees, as a gift, like, hey, have a movie night on us kind of a thing. And frankly, clients too. But you guys will, in this case, like if someone wanted to do drop shipments, they could easily come to us and say, hey, we want to do a handful of these and we want to just go ahead and ship them direct to a set of employees or customers. And then I would think that if they had some kind of postcard or something they wanted to throw in, we could also do that, right? So Okay, I just wanted to point that out, because if I'm looking at this, if I'm on this call or I'm watching it afterward, you know, I'm looking at this and that's a classic use case. And to know that I can do that sort of, you know, very easily, and it's sort of out of my hands. All I have to do is pick the item and send a list, and then we take care of it from there. That's just a good thing to know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep, we can drop ship, you know, to wherever you need. With our food items, I will say we do the United States and Canada. So just a little heads up, just for custom reasons, but we can drop ship anywhere you need. And again, we do have greeting cards, or if you want to send in your own, we can definitely do that as well too. So we can kit all that good stuff together. Few more collections here, that out of the woods that I had shown a little bit earlier, that we can also package a lot of goodies inside of it. So you'll see a couple different kits here, which is nice because a lot of times with those traditional food towers, once the food's gone, the gift's gone and forgotten. But with these, you can eat all the goodies and then you'll still have a nice item to remember the gift or the event by. So the cooler is kind of that leave behind once all the food's gone, which is a nice option to have, because you definitely want them to remember that, you know, holiday gift, or if they were at an event, to remember that event.
And you can't really tell here in the image, but like the muslin bag thing, muslin, I'm not sure how you say that, but like it's a lot bigger in person than what it looks like here on screen. Like it's got to contain all that stuff, and that bag also gets a custom imprint along with whatever promotional product in there. It gets the imprint and you get all the goodies. So it's a really, really cool all-in-one gifting idea, to where you're just getting like this huge wow factor from the outside packaging to like opening it up. It's just like this gift that keeps on giving.
And low minimums. That's, I mean, you know, just jump in there, pay attention on these things.
Yeah, that too.
Minimum quantities, 8 pieces, and you know, on the ones on the middle and right, and 12 pieces on the left. So they're accessible from that standpoint.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And yeah, the screen, this is the only thing about virtual. It is deceiving that those are full size food, you know, so don't think you're only going to get a little bit, definitely a lot of goodies. And some of these are good for sharing as well too. So you could send, you know, one of these to maybe a smaller office, and there'll be plenty for everybody to enjoy as well. And then the same concept, but with igloo coolers as well too. I like to put this in just because we are still in that summertime, but holiday time, the igloo sea drifts did very well, especially paired with the gourmet goodies inside. So keep that in mind as you start to do some of your holiday shopping. These make great holiday gifts as well.
And these are predefined kits, right? Like, so if we pull up these item numbers, it's not like these are examples and people have to make a decision on what they want to include. Like, these are literally like, this item code gets you this kit as shown with your logo. Got it. Okay.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. The food that you see on our website is what will come in it. So you don't have to worry about making those choices. They're already pre-made, pre-selected. All we do is obviously decorate the cooler, but yep. So kind of takes that guesswork out for you as well. So simple, ready to go. And that actually is the end of all the kind of the good new stuff that I have going on. So I will hand it back over to Brett and Landon to kind of close it out for us.
Yeah, so Alyssa, thank you so much. You did great. Is there anyone that has any questions that they would like to either, you know, unmute or take off their whatever and just like ask right now? If not, put it in the chat box. I think you did a fantastic job of kind of going through this thing and showing the reasons why we love Gemline. Landon, do you have anything else to add to that?
Yeah, so I think, you know, again, I just like to reiterate why we do this, and is we, you know, we discussed this with Alyssa yesterday, that there are just brands and products that sometimes just don't make sense for the requests that we're working on for folks day in and day out. And then we believe, and we feel like customers have confirmed that they like to have an idea of really a wide range of all the things that are available to them. So this has become a great medium for that. And I think to piggyback on that, Alyssa mentioned it's never too early to plan for Christmas. We sent out a blog called Christmas in July. Santa was hanging out on the beach in a picture we posted to social media, but I do want to use that as a segue to promote a live event that we're doing on the 1st. We are doubling up. I think in September, we're going to have our live event on the 1st, which is not as far away as we once felt it was, but and then we'll also have a virtual event that month. I know that most on this call and those watching will have received save the dates from our sales team. We will be sending out sort of the official invitation so that you can RSVP, so we can start firming up numbers for that. But that will be in Louisville on September 1st. I believe it's from 5 to 8 at a really cool brewery called 1020 down in the New Lou area, I believe. And so all those details would be out there, but can't emphasize that enough. That was, supply chains have improved, but they're not where they once were. May never be again, I don't know, but getting ahead of it, to have the time to touch and feel samples. If you can come to that event, you'll get to see a lot of things. And we're thankful Alyssa, unfortunately, is not able to be there in person, but she sent us, so we'll have kind of a boutique curated set of vendors. So this will not be an overwhelming event in terms of the number of vendors. It'll be a smaller handpicked set of vendors. There'll be some of them that are there in person and will sort of man their own or their booth. And then in Alyssa's case, she sent us a bunch of samples and items that you can touch and feel. So the earlier we get started, the better opportunity we have to help you pick items that you're excited about. We can get you samples. You can come to that event. And then also, if we run into any supply chain issues, it gives us some time to potentially book orders that may in fact be out of stock right now, but stock may be coming in before Christmas, and we can kind of get in line. Because I think something that's important to know is that the way that if something's out of stock right now and these folks, these suppliers or partners, as we call them, have inbound inventory, they're still booking orders against that inventory. And so it's really smart for us to try to get ahead of it and make decisions early, which I realize is not always possible. Everybody's busy, and sometimes there's committee decisions and other things that aren't able to be done in that period of time. But if you can, and we can get those orders in, we can kind of secure our place in line. So we make sure to have what you need for the holidays. And the last thing I would say is just everybody keep in mind, in August we do have Sanmar coming, and if you're getting a kit from us, there'll be an item from Gemline, one from Sanmar, and one from our partner for September, Hirsch Gift. So I think that's it. But again, like Brett said, I can't thank you enough, Alyssa. We really love the partners that we bring on here, and I know that I got a picture last night from a client we had just sent something to, and they had put it up at their event, and they were really excited about it. And it just kind of reinforced for me that while we're head down sometimes during the day, crossing T's, dotting I's, making sure orders are written, things are available, delivering on time, sometimes we forget that when that ultimately, the really exciting part about our business is when that stuff shows up and it accomplishes the purposes that our customers had for it, is really, that's the thing that gets us excited. And that's why we do what we do. So
I think, Landon, I just thought I'd take the opportunity to share. I don't know if Alyssa was involved in our order for the s'more kits, Brett.
Yes, she was. Yeah.
But really excited to give those out. And I think just in the way of feedback, Alyssa, and for the benefit of anyone who listens in the future, like that. So the kit was really substantial. The mirror mug is awesome. It's a great leave-in piece. But I think just what attracted us to those, some of those unique kind of sets you have, and even that popcorn gift you showed, to me, when we think about giving that to our employees, it communicates value, because it's to us, it exudes presence. We want, snacks may be temporary, right? And most of them have a permanent leave-in piece, and I love that. But this is about presence. This is about the whole health of the employee. We're excited about you potentially sitting around a fire pit enjoying some s'mores with your family or your friends, right? Or eating popcorn to watch a movie. And I just think it sends a different kind of message. This isn't just a commercial for our company that you're going to wear, right? Anyway, really excited about that, and appreciate all the options out there for those.
That's awesome. I like to, this is my favorite part, when I actually get to hear who ends up using it, and because sometimes I'm, removed from that part of it. So thank you. That's great to hear kind of the story and all that behind it. So thank you so much.
I like that. I couldn't have said it any better, Justin. I love the fact that it becomes this experience as much as anything, and you're able to really sort of subconsciously reinforce that you care about the employee and the customer's sort of life in general and their experiences, which is, that's great. So, all right. Well, Brett, ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, man. I think that's it. 10:45. We hit this on the, nail on the head right there. That's the deal. we aim for 45 minutes and we got 45 minutes. So thank you guys so much for showing up. This will be recorded. So anybody that, obviously couldn't make it to the end or just didn't make it at all, you can feel free to check it out on our website underneath the Partner Series tab. Just got a collection there. So anywho, thank you guys so much. We'll be in touch sooner or later.